That's from
Maybe you know it. I know an Elias. I'm Elizardi,
Elizabeth.
but it's
Okay.
easier to just say Eli.
Eli?
Yeah.
Okay, Eli.
Although Eli's my father, and he talks like this. Pero yo soy Elizardi. Pero I get it. That's a unique name. It's kind of hard to roll that R. So people start calling me Elizaldo, Elizabeth. So
Really?
I go, just call me Eli.
Okay, that's good. I can do Ellie.
Yeah.
So when did you start playing dominoes?
I think you always, as a Puerto Rican, I was born and raised in the island, so you always know how to play dominoes. You're just never really allowed to play dominoes. You just gotta watch tu abuelito y tu tío y tu papá play, and I was
Yeah.
very happy doing that. I loved how intense it got. I loved how confident they would play the dominoes, and how they would communicate how confident they felt in their hand with how they played, right? So if you kind of play like that and you kind of push the ficha, is as if to say,
Yeah, I know,
esa es
I
la
know.
única que tengo, esa es la única que
Yeah,
tengo. Esa,
I know
la voy a
the
tirar ahí porque es la única que tengo. No, no le dé a ese.
Uh-huh.
So I love the psychology of it
Yeah.
and how it brought different generations together. Whether it was a grandfather, an uncle, and a father, I love that. Sometimes my cousins would play, and I would love to see the age difference and how it would unite different generations of our family. Yeah.
Did you, is it safe to say that you learned it more by just watching, or were you playing with the kids and trying to pick it up like that?
No, no, I never played with the kids. I just learned to play by watching them. Pero I always knew, for example, that I could never reach their level. I know how to play, pero the way my grandfather would play, he would count so fast and analyze the game so fast, that he would know what you had.
Right.
And I wasn't annoyed by that. I was mesmerized.
Yeah.
My grandfather would be like, tú tienes el 3-2. And I'd be like,
How do you know?
I do. I actually have the 3-2. And he's like, juega ese. And I'm like, yeah, but
How
yeah.
do you know?
And it's because, he would analyze the game. He would know how you would play. And given how many he had, he knew how many his partner had. And so I was just more caught up with that. So even when I would play, I would just be entertained by the way he played.
Okay.
And so I never took dominoes that seriously, where I had to win, or I took offense when I got beat. I was just entertained by how proficient my grandfather would play.
Yeah, it's interesting because some people who have Alzheimer's or mental conditions in that way, they forget people, they forget things, they don't forget how to play dominoes because
Yeah.
it's such a mind game and it's
Yeah.
so engraved
Yeah.
in there that not only is it fun, but it's really good for your mental health too.
Yes, yes, I
Unless
don't
you're
doubt
those
it.
people that like get angry, now your blood pressure is going out the roof.
Well, so you can be one of those people that just plays whatever they see. It's a 1-1. I've got several moves, but I'm just gonna play this one because I like the number 5. Yeah,
Right,
and those people
right.
are annoying because then
Yeah.
you can't read them. They'd be
Yeah.
like, "Why'd you play that?" Ah, porque estaba aquí en el medio, and it was the first one I could see and reach. And you're
Right.
like, so there are people like that just know that they have to match the numbers,
Yeah.
and they don't play with strategy, and those people are very frustrating to play with.
They are. They
That used to be
are.
me when I was a kid. I used to be like, it's a 1, right? So this goes here, así. No así, but it matches the 1. No, but it's in a double. It's got to go. Yeah, pero is it the double? Okay, está bien.
Right, right. So let's switch out yours,
Uh-huh.
or with mine too, so that we
Okay.
can play a quick game.
Okay.
And then you have a play all about domino,
Yeah.
and tell us about that.
Yeah. So
How was that journey?
Capicú, Cuentos de mi abuelito was a play that I wrote. It's a two character play where I play my grandfather and I play his son, and it's how it's a story told through the game of dominoes, but it's really a story about my grandmother, about my grandfather's wife, and his son. That was his stepmother.
Okay.
So it's really an homage to my grandmother. So I tell the story of my grandmother through these two characters. And what unites these two characters is not just the character of my grandmother, but it's the game of dominoes, right? That my grandfather, that the father passed on to his son.
Okay.
So it's a play that I put myself into the role of the son who's having marital problems, and then I put myself in the role of my grandfather, his father, who is coping with the death of his wife, my grandmother, and trying to figure out what to do next, right? Because she was the glue that held everything together. She was the core of the family, as was my grandmother. So I wrote this play for her as a
Okay.
tribute to her, even though I don't play her. She
Okay.
is the third character in this play called Capicu.
Okay. And what led you to create the play? Like I know you
Ah,
wanted to honor her,
but
but what was the thought process to be like, okay, I'm going to do it through Domino's without including her, but for her? What was
yeah.
that process like?
So my manager and I had come back from a show, and we were playing around, joking around in the kitchen, and I did a character, uh, which I do, which is somebody who's drunk too much, right? So siempre hay alguien en la comunidad
Yeah.
que bebe mucho, pero que yo estoy bien. Es que, mira, yo cuando bebo pienso mejor. So I started improvising that character, and my manager said, you should write a show about that. But you can't just write a show about a character if that character doesn't have a story to tell.
Right.
So I worked kind of backwards. What does this character have to say? What moves him? What's his story? And so I created that character, and then his father was my grandfather, a character that I've played in shows that I do very well. And then what unites those two characters? What are their stories? And what drives their stories? And that's how I found the reason for the show was to honor my grandmother. And my grandmother was like my mother.
Yeah.
She was my everything. So I felt the need to honor her, and I used the vehicles of those two characters to, by telling their story, to tell hers.
Okay.
Yeah. Because una cosa I could have just been like, pues I'm gonna do a play. I'm gonna act like my grandmother, right?
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna be me talking about my grandmother. Pero I wanted to add the layers of my grandfather y este personaje, Mara, uh, which is in every family que tenemos.
Every
Mira,
single
vamos a
family.
jugar dominó, papi. Mira, tú jugaste el 5-2 fácil. Yo cojo el
Ah,
2-3, mira. Tax. You know what I mean?
tráeme otra fría.
Otra fría, papi. So that character is based on my cousin. My cousin in Puerto Rico, that attitude that conveyed so much confidence. Mara, tú coges el 2-3, por ejemplo. Yo puedo jugarte por el 3 o yo te puedo jugar por el 5. That kind of confidence. Mira lo que tú hiciste. Tú cogiste el 5-3 y me lo pusiste a 2-3. ¿Qué yo hago? No tengo nada. ¿Viste? Pues yo paso. That kind of confidence I've always coveted. So the first opportunity that I got to create that kind of character allowed me to portray that confidence that my cousin in Puerto Rico would have,
Yeah.
that so many Puerto Ricans have.
Yeah.
Cuando ellos hablan, ellos te dicen lo que hay, ¿viste? Ellos te hablan así como es,
Coco pelao.
and I'm like, wow. So it's a play that's dear to me. Seriously, I don't have a play, so I have to.
Oh, no,
okay.
you're okay.
No, dale, I passed.
Okay.
Okay.
That's wonderful. And now that time has passed, would you consider doing the play again, opening it up, maybe adding more characters, or just
No, no.
a new rendition of it, keeping it the
I've done
same?
the play many times, and sometimes when it's called for, when a theater calls for it, when somebody books it, I do it. It's a dramedy, right? So it's got its sad parts in it. It's a play that's dear to me, but there are no characters to be added. In other words,
Yeah.
it's the story of two characters,
Yeah.
and it's a wonderful play. It's a play that I don't exist as myself as the narrator. I just play the two characters.
Okay. And for everyone watching, how they can see any future plays of yours,
Yeah.
keep in contact, up to date with what you're doing.
Yeah, it's really simple. So my website's elliecastro.com.
Okay.
I have all my shows there, more information about my shows. On Instagram, Ellie Castro Comedy. I post flyers, upcoming shows, etc. So, it's hard because I have 10, 12 one-man shows. So I could be doing one show at one time, another show at another time. So no sé cuándo voy a hacer, por ejemplo, Made in Puerto Rico or Capicú or Law and Disorder or Mira Que Nice or Solo.
Yeah.
So at any one time, it could be any one show. Pero all my shows have one thing in common, que son para la familia. O sea, yo hablo como estuviese hablando con mami, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? O con abuelita. And the other theme is que I don't gotta tell you que soy puertorriqueño porque eso está presente en el show. So I don't have to open every show by saying I'm Puerto Rican. Es obvio. You know what I mean? Es obvio.
Las primeras tres palabras.
Es obvio.
Ese es puertorriqueño.
Buenas noches. They're like, ya, este tipo es de la isla.
Sí.
You know what I mean? Right.
That's awesome. Do you have anything you're working on right now specifically?
Um, I'm always working on something. I'm always thinking about something. Pero, a writer always writes. Pero they don't really know what they're writing for. It's always brewing. Ideas
Yeah.
are always brewing. And then when the inspiration hooks you in a certain direction, then you know what you're writing for.
Okay.
Pero we're always writing. We're always creating. We just don't know what for.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, well, that's amazing. Um, before we end, is it your turn or my turn?
It's your turn.
Okay, let's see, because I want to beat you.
No. And it's okay if you do.
No.
It's okay if you do.
And then, so my last question for you is, what does Domino mean for you today? How do you see Domino? How do you incorporate it in your life, if you do?
Yeah. I don't. For me, Domino is a continuation of our culture, right? It's just a way to keep. ¿Viste lo que te dicen? ¿Viste lo que te dicen? It's a way to keep our culture alive. It's a way for me to keep the memory of my abuelito alive, and all those house parties that we had. So I love to see it. If I go to the beach in Puerto Rico y hay gente jugando dominó, to me that's our culture. That's as valuable as oyendo salsa a todo volumen, right?
Yeah.
Or the smell of fritura, or la bandera. To
Yeah.
me, that's us, right? It's just the manifestation of our culture, which is beautiful to see. So tú no tienes dos y no tienes uno. Okay, dale.
What I love about that is that the more of these interviews that I do, the more I hear the similarities in all of our stories.
Yeah.
We all learned from our parents or grandparents. We weren't allowed to sit at the table and play with them,
Right.
but it was always this admiration. Thank you. You let me win.
No, believe me, I didn't let you win. I just lost.
Thank you. But it was always that admiration of, like you said, the confidence, the boldness, the calculated moves, the
Yeah.
way they pay attention to every single person's hand, what they were throwing, the way they were passing, how the cheaters try to cheat because there's
Yeah.
some of those
Oh
everywhere.
yeah, of course. But
It
that's
was-
entertaining as well.
It is.
Yeah, it's its own culture, if you will, right?
It
Within
is.
our culture, hay que saber jugar,
Yeah.
you know. And to me, that was always fascinating to watch, and I was entertained by it, you know.
Yeah, I agree. And even till today, when I sit down, even though I'm in the league and all this stuff, whenever I sit in the table, I'm like, I can throw fichas.
Ah, espérate, tú estás en la liga.
Yeah.
Tú estás en una liga. Ah, pues, con razón ganaste. I'm not in the league, yo.
No, it was just my first year, though. It was my
Oh
first
no,
year.
I'm in the league, pero I'm just a rookie. Está bien, nena, pero I'm not
I-
even a rookie. Para mí esto es just leisure. This is just,
It is
esto
just
es jugando a lo
leisure.
loco. Ya tú eres una pro. Ya tú eres una pro. Okay.
No.
Está bien.
But yeah, every table I sit down, it's like I know how to throw fichas because you never know the other person's skill level.
Yeah.
My kids, they play, and sometimes better than me.
Yeah.
So it's like you just never know because they may seem young, but you don't know what
No.
kind of parents they had. ¿Juega bien o no va a comer?
Yeah. This is our chess. This is
It
Puerto
is.
Rican chess.
It
Yeah.
is, and it's so wonderful that again we get to pass it down, and not just pass it down, but the next generations are interested
Claro.
in learning and
Claro.
playing, and that's why I've been enjoying these interviews because we get to share our story, show everyone else how Domino is part of our culture, and more than our culture, it's family traditions.
Yes.
And that's something that we need to continue passing down to the next generations, friends. Just let's keep it alive. Let's keep the flag alive. Let's keep Puerto Rico alive, right?
Absolutely.
Puerto Rico, viva libre.
One domino game at a time.
Exactly. So thank you so much.
A ti, gracias.
This was so fun.